can I just say one thing firstly? I love the name Eat Sleep Boxing Repeat.
Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel in partnership with sharpbetting.co.uk, your home of betting tips and analysis. Please click the link in the description to find out more. Thomas, good to be joined by you as always. This is the final prediction video for the big rematch taking place in Cancun, Mexico this weekend between William Zepeda and Tevin Farmer after their entertaining fight last year. Thomas, always enjoyed doing these videos with you. Feels like we're doing them a lot of them recently, which is fantastic. Um, yeah, I'll stop talking now. What's your final prediction for this one? Zepeda, narrow victory in his last fight, got dropped. What do you think is going to happen this time?
Yeah, I personally think that Zepeda is going to win another decision, and I think it will be unanimous this time. I don't think there will be a split. And if you ask me personally, um, I remember it being a bit closer. I actually watched it um, just before we were recording this, and I realized that, man, I actually felt that Zepeda won that quite comfortably. Just overwhelmed Farmer really, and I was surprised to see. Or I mean, yeah, I just don't really, I don't really see how anybody had Tevin winning that fight. If you want to say it's a close fight, that's one thing, but I just didn't see how anybody could have him ahead in that one. Um, that being said, I think we'll see another fun fight similar to the first, but I do see Zepeda winning another decision and winning it comfortably. If anything, even more one-sided now that he's been in the ring with Farmer and is more familiar with him.
Yeah, for sure. What chance do you give Zepeda of winning this fight by stoppage, Thomas? I think he's got a fantastic KO record. However, got dropped against Tevin Farm, which I don't think anybody thought was going to happen. Tevin Farmer, not a big puncher. What makes you go for a point decision? Is just because Tevin Farmer is quite elusive. He's lost a few. Has been stopped before, but those stoppage losses were a long time ago. What makes you go for a point decision?
Well, as you mentioned, he is very elusive, and that's a big part of it. He has a great defense, but he's also very tough. He was getting hit with a lot of shots in that fight, and he was dishing back his own as well, but he was getting hit a lot, and he was able to withstand that. And there are, as it's this one's 12 rounds as opposed to 10, if I'm correct on that. So you have to survive a little bit more, or a couple more rounds. But I do think that he's tough enough to go the distance. Uh, um, and even, I mean, in that fight, Cepeda didn't even really rock or hurt Farmer or get him or get close to putting him out of there. So yeah, I it's hard for me to see Cepeda winning by stoppage, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. And you've got to. I think another thing about this fight as well is, yeah, you've got to question, was the last fight, was that Tevin Farmer's last big performance of his career at the age of 34? We don't know. Look, it was a close fight in the scorecards, and we'll see what happens this time. Our partners, Sharp Betting, Thomas, have run their poll as they always do for the bigger fights. 82% of those people are picking Zepeda like you are. 18% are going for Farmer. There might be some people saying that it was a close fight and maybe Farmer can get the job done this time. On that kind of 18% figure, are you surprised it's as high as 18? Are you surprised it's as high as 18%? Are you surprised that many people are backing Tevin Farmer to actually win this rematch?
Um, it sounds about right. I mean, the odds do still seem pretty lopsided. And I like many feel that Cepeda's most likely going to win. Um, but Tevin did have success in that fight for sure. You know, as you mentioned, he dropped Zepeda with a clean left hand. So I don't think it would be out of the question for him to do that again. Um, but yeah, I think that if anything, we'll either see a similar fight or Zepeda will make the necessary adjustments to where that doesn't happen again. And that's why I think, those odds are the way they are. And to me, they sound about right.
Yeah. No, look, we'll see. You seem very confident. The people in that poll seem well. Most people in that poll seem confident that Zepeda's gonna get the job done again. Final question from me, Thomas. I feel like we spend a lot of time talking about fights that haven't happened and might not happen, but I do want to get your opinion on the fact that Zepeda is the WBC interim world champion. Obviously, Shakur Stevenson is the full champion. Stevens fought a month ago against Josh Padley, won that fight via stoppage, which was expected. Could we see that fight next? Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Davis. We've spoken about before. I think that probably isn't going to happen next. Do you think that's a possibility? Shakur Stevenson versus Zepeda in kind of the late summer, early autumn.
Yeah, absolutely. That fight, if I'm not mistaken, was supposed to or was close to happening. And, that's when, that Shakur had decided to face Schofield instead. And well, obviously he pulled out of the fight. We faced Josh Padley. We know the deal with that. But yeah, I think that it wouldn't be out of it's probably likely that we'll see that fight, or especially more likely we'll see that as opposed to Shakur and Tank. So yeah, I think that's probably going to happen. It makes sense. And I think it makes a lot of sense, especially because, you know, uh, there's a lot of criticisms about the entertainment value of Shakur Stevenson's fights. Um, so I think personally that Zepeda, he's not going to allow that kind of fight. He's going to get in there. He's going to, I mean, maybe he might be a little bit more cautious than usual. Hopefully not, but I feel confident that if they did fight, he wouldn't allow Stevenson to kind of sneak out the joint, so to say.
Yeah.
I think that uh, that would be a great fight. I would love to see it personally. I'm not saying that he would beat Shakur, but I think that for Shakur, that's a um, probably the best fight for him. Um, it's what the doctor ordered, I think, in terms of his career.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Okay, we'll leave it there, Thomas. Yeah, interesting rematch happening in Cancun, Mexico this weekend. William Zepeda versus Tevin Farmer. We shall see what happens. Thomas, good to be joined by you as always. I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Likewise, thank you.